Good afternoon, once again. Welcome to the press conference, official press conference of Ghana team for the match for round 16. It will take place tomorrow at 9 o'clock between Tunisia and Ghana. I have the pleasure to welcome on stage the head coach Kwesi Appiah and the player Jonathan Mensah. Okay. Before we start, just some remarks for Ghana journalists. Please switch off your mobile phone, introduce yourself and the organization. For photographers, only 3 minutes. We start with a question to the coach and both player and coach. What do you think about the match tomorrow, please?
Yeah, I think tomorrow's game is going to be very entertaining. Both teams, I believe, are really strong. I've always said that I have total respect for any team that came for this competition. And personally, I trust that Tunisia is a bad team that you can just walk over them. We all need to work hard and make sure we give the spectators a very good game to watch.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's going to be an interesting game, 116 game, knockout game. So Ghana is going to go all out, and I'm very sure Tunisia is going to go all out too. But we have to do what we have to do to progress to the next stage.
Okay, my name is Bright, Multimedia Group Ghana. You are known to be very calm and quiet, but we understand you lost your cool in the dressing room. Hello. We understand you lost your cool in the dressing room in that game against Guinea-Bissau, and that resulted in your team coming in strongly in the second half of that game. Are we going to see that same energy and sense of urgency in the game against Tunisia? And to Jonathan, we know that most of the favorites for this tournament seems to be ousted. We've seen Morocco out, Egypt, they were kicked out. Ghana since 2008 has always made it into the semi-finals. Does it put pressure on you as players? What goes on around you, especially with regards to the things happening in this tournament?
Personally, always it's really important that you encourage your players to give their best performance for you. Sometimes, your voice may go high. You yourself might not know because of the pressures on you. But the bottom line is, it's really important that at any given time, you encourage your players, you give them the moral booster, and then at the same time, you push them to do much better than what they're doing at that particular time.
I would say if you are one of the favorites, it doesn't mean all is going to be okay for you. You have to go out there every 90 minutes, give your best, and progress in this tournament. And we've all seen the surprises in this tournament, so we don't need to underrate any team. We go out there with everything we have and keep on progressing to the finals.
My name is Betty Yotini, EIB from Accra. And to you, coach, now in terms of surprises we have seen in the tournament so far, within the free period that you have had so far, when you wake up knowing that well, so coach, when you wake up knowing very well that the smaller teams are causing great upset in this particular tournament, what really runs through your mind having Tunisia at hand to play tomorrow? And also, is there any special motivation that I mean, you are getting, maybe not from you to the players, but also from officials to the players in terms of tomorrow's game being a knockout stage for your team?
I've always had respect for my opponents. Right from day one, I said that you can never underrate any team in this competition. You know, once any team has qualified to the competition, that means it's good. For me, I believe that my players are good. I have total confidence in them, and I'm hopeful that tomorrow we'll give out all our best to make sure we get a victory for Ghana. Talking of the motivation, I was actually surprised when I heard that the minister is still here. You know, it shows signs of support for the team. He's been around since we played our last game, and at least once the players see him, they see him as their father, and it will be a real booster for the players. And actually, these players also know what is at stake, and we all do make sure we put out our best performance tomorrow.
Okay, in English, okay. Welcome, Coach Appiah. What's your idea about the Tunisian team? Did you see so much of Tunisian this time?
Yeah, Tunisia has got a very good team. I've watched some tapes on them, and I believe that no team can underrate them. You know, the mere fact that maybe it's not one of them, you can't underrate them. Their performance is really good. You know, so we need to make sure, you know, we play our role well to be able to be successful.
Coach, welcome, Coach. Historically, you have advantage over Tunisia. Last game, you have win Tunisia at the African Cup. Tomorrow, the match. What's this advantage can help you in this match tomorrow?
You see, in football nowadays, you don't rely on past achievements. You know, you always need to show respect to your opponent. You know, if for some reason you beat someone again just last week or 3 days ago, meeting them again is a different scenario. And for me, it's important you face him, not thinking that you can go over them easily. You know.
Charlotte from CAF Media. Good morning, Coach. Good afternoon. Cameroon, the defending champions, are out. Egypt, the host of this tournament, is out too. Do you think you have your chance to win this competition, this edition, finally?
We personally take a game as it comes. We are not rushing into anything. The most important thing is anything that comes your way, you make sure you get a victory needed. As to even this proves that there's no big team in this competition anymore. Considering the fact that Egypt is out and Cameroon, the defending champions, that proves that anything can happen along the line. So any game that you're playing, you need to give out your best to make sure you don't fall into that victimization.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Sadiq. Coach, looking at your squad, due to suspensions and unfortunate injuries, virtually every player has played a part in this tournament, with the exception of the two substitute goalkeepers and Atamala. Everybody has played. Do you think that puts you in a very good advantage over Tunisia, having the fact that almost every player in your team has played, bar 3 of them? And also to Jonathan, you came in very strongly when he was shown the red card, and even won man of the match the next game, but you were off in the subsequent games. How has your health been in terms of your readiness for the game?
the most important thing, for every team is to make sure all players that you are bringing for the competition are fully fit. Because you never know what will happen along the line. And personally, I believe in choosing players who can play different positions on the pitch. And it's good that at least almost all of them had the opportunity to prove to Ghanaians what they can bring on board. The other thing is, there are more games ahead of us, and once all of them are fit, or even if you have one or two injuries, it shouldn't be a problem, because other players can shift and play other roles, for the team.
I feel very good now, from after the game, I sustained an injury, but I'm getting better and better now. So I'll leave that to the medical team and the head coach to decide. But I'm also communicating with the medical team how I feel and how I'm progressing. So everything is fine.
Okay, Tunisia. Question for the coach and the player, Mensah. Tunisia play poor football. Okay, Ziad Al-Khiari, Radio Jeune, Youth Radio from Tunisia. Tunisia played poor football in the first stage, but now big match, focus on the match Ghana-Tunisia. Tunisia have history in the African Nations Cup, in World Cup, and you will miss Atsu. Your pronostic? Okay?
Yeah. The understanding is a bit. If I understand you, I think you said they are a good team or they are a poor team. Did you say Tunisia is a? Oh, in what stage? Okay. Personally, the mere fact that maybe they don't score doesn't mean they don't play well. They play good football, but maybe unfortunately they may not get goals out of the games that they play. But that does not mean they are not a good team. I personally think they are a very good team.
Same question.
Hello, Coach Richmond. First to Jonathan. Back home, the expectation is very huge, most especially after the exit of Cameroon, Morocco, and Egypt. Most Ghanaians have believed that indeed it's a year of return, and the way has been created for you to win the competition. Do you share the same sentiments with Ghanaians that indeed you have the greater chance of winning this particular tournament? And then to Coach, this is the most scary part of the competition, especially after seeing some top coaches resigning. What is running through your mind going into tomorrow's game?
Like you said, some of the big teams, exited the tournament, but that doesn't change our goals. We came in very strong to progress and win the ultimate. So whether the big teams are still in there or not, we still have the same goal, and we just need to focus on that.
Yeah. Personally, I think the ambition of the Ghanaian team coming over to this tournament is to try and win the competition, and that has been my ambition, to do the best that I can, with the help of my players, to achieve this aim. And personally, I have total confidence in them, I have hope in them, and I believe that we will try and achieve the aim of the team. As to other things, we'll look at it later.
Coach, my name is Michael Tufo. I work with EIB Network. Coach, you always make 1 or 2 changes in your starting 11 from group stage. Are we seeing tomorrow 1 or 2 changes in your setup, or you maintain first 11?
I would like to say that, it will be my own secret weapon. I will not expose it now. As I said, I have total confidence in all my players. So whoever plays, I have confidence that he will deliver for the nation.
Hello, Coach. It's Ahmed Assam from Egypt. Tunisia never won a game against Ghana in AFCON history. Do you think it will be an advantage for you in tomorrow's game? Thank you.
I think I've answered this question. I said that you can beat a team tomorrow or yesterday. If you beat him yesterday, you meet him today. It's a different ball game. And I have total confidence in, total respect for each team. So, irrespective of how we dealt with them in previous years, it's a new era, and the most important thing is we make sure we do the best that we can do.
Have a question? Otherwise, thank you for coming, and see you tomorrow. Thank you.